Good morning, Year 10s, and welcome to our house, to your house. Nice to see you. For a few of you there this morning, obviously it's a normal double lesson, but from our house to your house. I hope you're all keeping well. I hope you're all being safe and looking after yourselves. Thought we might have a go at a bit of a practical today. So obviously you know me, Mr. Man. This is my daughter, Millie. Can I say hello, Millie? Hi. So Year 10s, we're going to be looking at a little bit of food science today, but also having a bit of fun cooking up some tasty treats for you as well. So today we are going to be doing a few different variations on a souffle, a lovely tasty sweet treat. It can be sweet or savoury. We're going to be doing some sweet ones today. Don't worry if you haven't got all the ingredients. As we said before, that's absolutely fine. There are lots of different options you can do. Lots of different variations we can add into this one. Down the sides of the screen, you'll see that there is also a question and answer Year 10. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, great to have you on board and thank you for watching this. We're broadcasting this as it was live from Talkie Girls Grammar School. And I know we've got people watching this from all over the world using this as for your food lessons, which is fabulous. Thank you for having us in your place of work, your home, wherever you are at the moment. I know we have people from right across the world, as we've said before. We've got people who are watching these videos now in Africa, so all over the world being using these, and that's great. That's what it's meant for. We're just sharing my lessons at home in a tiny little kitchen instead of our teaching kitchen to you there. Now, if you're watching this live and you're watching this Year 10s live, fabulous. Like I say, you can leave messages down the sides in the questions and answers, and I'll answer those as we're going along. So please be interactive and please keep posting anything and everything down the side here. If you're watching this back on YouTube, along the bottom there, please put your comments. That's fine. You'll also find at the bottom here on YouTube, you'll see the ingredients and the equipment there as well you're going to need for today's lesson that we're going to be using, which obviously you girls who are watching this live at Talkie Girls Grammar have already got those ingredients and equipment. So you can watch this live or you can pause, you can play, rewind at any point, and any questions we're more than happy to go through. Right, I think we're ready to start, aren't we? Yeah. Okay, so to start with today, we need to make sure that we have got ourselves ready to go. We need to make sure that we have got all of the information we need as far as preparing ourselves to be ready to cook. So we're going to very quickly start, as we start any lesson, we're going to be starting this one with our PowerPoint about what we need to do to get ready. So here we go. Let me just put that one onto the screen for everybody. Send that live. So today we are making a souffle. We're making a few different souffles, and we're going to be looking at how we can combine those and combine that with a bit of food science for you all. Now, before we begin, we need to think about Hattie. So we need to get yourself ready for a practical lesson. Get yourself ready, get your area ready, collect all your equipment that is ready as well. So we need to do that one. Now, if you're watching this and you don't know what Hattie is, here is what Hattie is. We're using the Hodder Education package here. Fabulous package that we use to go through what we're talking about. So here we have it. Don't forget to tie your hair back, wash your hands. You might be at home, you might be at home with parents or grandparents. That's fine. You still need to wash your hands. You still need to tie your hair back. You still need to A for apron, get that apron on. You need to clean your area. Very important that these peculiar times, extraordinary times at the moment, to make sure you clean your table and your area. We need to get a tray for your ingredients and equipment so that you have got your kitchen neat and tidy. Okay, so we're going to make sure that that's in place. Alrighty, I think we got that, and we call that putting in place a mise en place. So a mise en place is what we need to be having in place. For those who don't know, that's the French for to put in place. So for Year 10s, this is what you'll be starting at the top of your time plans. Your mise en place, this is your time when you're preparing your area, putting in place, literally coming from French to put in place, and you're getting your area sorted out. Okay, so remember that when we do our time plans again for the Year 10s that are watching that. This will be the top of your time plans. This will be where your equipment is getting ready. This is where you're getting all of yourself and your area ready. Okay, let's go back to that for those who are watching. Let's do that now. So Millie, you need to do something. What do you need to do with that hair?
Tie the hair up.
You need to get your hair tied up. Absolutely. I don't need to worry about that. My hair is disappearing. We don't need to worry about tying my hair up. But yes, Millie needs to tie up her hair and make sure it's all okay. Get watches and bracelets off Millie. We need to get those off if we're starting to cook. Okay, we've got that sorted, and then we're going to head over to the sink, and we need to go and wash our hands properly. And I need to get my apron on, and Millie needs to get hers on too. So let's move over here to the kitchen sink. Like I say, same as you need to make sure that we are properly cleaning our hands for us today. So, soap, make sure you've got your soap there. Hang on a minute, it's a bit of soap on there. Now, peculiar times, we need to make sure we are properly washing our hands. Okay, so on the front there, but also let's make sure our nails are done, both sides like that. Okay, make sure your thumbs are done. Okay, make sure we have got all the way around there. Make sure we do the back of our hands. Okay, and don't forget your wrists as well. Really important we are properly doing that. Lots of soap all over there now. And then obviously finally we need to make sure we've got some hot water there. So here we go, Millie. Both that side, nails, thumbs, back of hands, wrists. Okay, we are properly washing those hands to make sure that we are nice and clean and we don't have any cross-contamination from any pathogenic bacteria. Okay, any ones that are going to likely to cause us any harm. Okay, there we are, Millie, you have a go as well. Get yourself washed up and cleaned up there. How long do we need to do that for, Millie?
20 seconds. Absolutely,
we need to do that for 20 seconds. Just grab your cloth there. Okay, let's dry my hands there. Okay, you've done yours 20 seconds?
Yeah.
How do we remember 20 seconds?
Say happy birthday twice.
Happy birthday twice, absolutely. Make sure that we are all okay. Right, next we need to get our aprons on. So, Millie, you got your apron?
Yeah.
I've got mine. Girls at home, or you're at Talkie Girls Grammar, can you make sure you've got your aprons on as well? Make sure you are covered up. So make sure you're wearing your correct PPE for cooking, personal protective equipment for cooking. Make sure that we are making ourselves, neat and tidy and clean and prepared ourselves, as well as our work areas and our equipment. Now, if you've got your chef whites, let's get them on. If you're at home with your aprons on, that is fine too. Got my Food Teachers Centre top on there we go, and my Food Teachers Centre apron there, ready to go as well. All right, nearly ready to go?
Yeah. All
right, so we've got aprons on, we're hands washed up, sleeves rolled up. Millie, your sleeves. Oh, you don't need to have sleeves rolled up, so you're wearing a t-shirt. It's a beautiful day out there today. Lovely day. Make sure my sleeves are rolled up. Okay, you want to go? Let's go, Millie. Let's go. Right, we're going to head back to our workstation over here today. Now, obviously, our workstation is a little bit smaller than it would be normally because we are using my kitchen at home and not our wonderful big kitchen from school. Okay, there we go. All right, so we need to think about what we're going to be making today. So we're going to be making soufflés, and we need to go through what's involved in that. So let me just recap what ingredients we need and what equipment we need. So I'm just going to quickly get that back on the screen for you here. Let's have a look here. All right, so we've got ingredients. Now, we're going to be doing 2 types of souffle. We're actually going to see if we can get 3 types in here. I'll see if we can get a 3rd one in there as well. We've got a really fast chocolate souffle, which is very simple. It's dairy-free, can be gluten-free if you want to go with gluten-free flour there, but a nice, can be a vegan option there as well if you make sure that we've got the correct cocoa powders and going into there, and it's a lovely, nice, simple souffle one there. Very simple one there. And then we've got a fruit souffle. You've got to go and get, oh, you're just going to get the baking powder. Well done, Millie. You got up there. So we need to get all those ingredients together. For the fruit souffle, we've got soft fruits. Now, I know in our lockdown larder times of things, getting hold of frozen strawberries is getting hold of fresh strawberries is going to be a little bit hard. So I said soft fruits. So we can do peaches, we can do berries, we can do any kind of soft fruits with this one. If you can't get hold of any soft fruits at all, then we need to we can use frozen, we can use cans. We don't need to necessarily do that. And I know it can be hard when we talk about flowers, can be quite a hard one to go before. So if you haven't got self-raising flour and you've just got plain flour, then you need to go and get some baking powder to go with it. And that can go into that. We can add to it. Vanilla extract might have hard time getting hold of, so we'll have a look at different things you can do instead of vanilla. Cornflour again. If you've haven't got cornflour, then we can try custard powder with this one. We can add a little bit of normal flour. We can play with the recipe to try and make it better for you. So, have a look and have a see what you've got. If you can't find any of those, let me know and we can see what we can add to it to make it better for you. But we need to see to make sure we've got everything we need to there. So we're just getting all of our ingredients ready to go from it as well. There we go. Let's get all of our ingredients together for you. All right, here we go. So I think we're nearly ready. Now let's just go through equipment you might need. We're just getting all our bits and pieces for you here. Baking tray to go into the oven with. Some bowls, a bowl to cool things, a mixing bowl. Now, when we're talking about a mixing bowl here, ideally, we're talking a glass or ceramic mixing bowl. The reason we're talking glass or ceramic mixing bowl is because it's going to be much easier and you're going to find it much easier to actually be able to whisk up your eggs if you're using a glass or ceramic bowl than you would do if you're using a plastic one. A plastic one, we'll talk about later, might get hold of the, might end up with bits of fat in there, so it might not work quite as well as we wanted to. Ramekins. If you haven't got ramekins, again, I know we're at home, so you could use some egg cups in there if you saw something similar size into it as well, so that would work. We've got a sieve, that's optional. Saucepan, it can be a heavy base saucepan, it can be a smaller saucepan, that's fine. A spatula or something large spoon for folding everything together. It doesn't need to be a spatula. Whisk can be a hand. Oh, Millie, it's just there, just in the bottom of the oven there. So we need whisks. Can be a hand whisk, electric whisk. If you've got something like a KitchenAid with a whisk attachment, any of those will work for you. So if we can find all of those ingredients, that would be good. Get all of those equipment, and that is the next part of our hattie. When we're getting everything together there. Okay. I think we're nearly ready to go. Okay, right, let's get back to the video and let's get ready to go with this one. All right, I'm just going to very quickly go through the recipes as well. We got some recipes here. This is for the first one we're going to be doing, which is our fruit smoothie, fruit souffle rather. We're going to be going to credit here Mr. Simon James, a food teacher from elsewhere in the country, who sent me this one, and we're going to be trying to go through this one with him. We'll go through his recipe here. We're going to be blending our fruits together. Now, although it says a blender, a food processor, we can do this one with a fork if you've got soft fruits, so don't worry about that. And we're going to be making ourselves a little puree to start with, which is obviously can be used as part of what we do there. After we've done that, we're going to be going in and making a souffle. This will be the first one. After we've done this recipe, we're going to be going through and making the chocolate fast souffle, which you can see is a lot easier to do. Just mix everything, put it in the microwave and serve it. So we're going to try two, and then if I get the time, I'm going to go on to a third one, which is involved in making a sauce. So we're making a roux sauce as normal, and then we just add the eggs to that. So you've got different ways of doing this again for all of you. Souffles are considered high level. Let's go back to equipment, go back to ingredients, and let's go back to me, and we can get on and make this one. Okay, so we're just going to go back to here we go. Right, okay, so we are now going to make our recipes for you. You can see the recipes which I've sent to you. If you're watching this from Talkie Girls Grammar, we've sent you the recipes so you can have a look through that. They're on the other screen there. If you're watching this from YouTube, that's fine. We'll post the recipe down there at the bottom for you so you can follow it as well if you want to. So the first one we're going to do is going to be the fruit souffle. And we're going to be doing this one from another food teacher whose recipe this is, Mr. Simon James, and we're going to be using his recipe today to do this one. So thank you to Simon. We're going to be blending the fruits together. So let's think about what fruits we've got. We're going to be using. I'm going to get the big blue bowl, that would be great. We're going to be using a mixture. Now we can use frozen fruit because, as I say, we're in lockdown larder times, as I'm sure you are at home. And so we haven't got fresh fruit. So I've got some combination here. I've got some frozen black forest. I've got some frozen summer fruits, which is fine. And this is going to make our first of our fruit soufflés. That's perfect. Let's get them into there, Millie. Let's put them both in the middle there. So we've got 2 types of frozen. Now, if you haven't got frozen, that's fine. You can always go with like a canned fruits, soft fruits. That's absolutely fine as well. We want to use what you might have. If you've got no fruits at all, you might be able to use something like a lemon. If you've got some lemon or lime, and you can use a little cheese grater, and we can add some flavour into it that way. So don't worry if you haven't got any fruits. Certainly don't worry if you haven't got any fresh fruits, because there's lots we can do with, let's say, canned fruits, frozen fruits. That will be absolutely fine. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we need to mulch down all of those fruits. We're making a puree, guys. So what this is can be used as a beautiful addition to one of your dishes if you're looking for your NEA 2 dishes when we come to year 11, so next year after Christmas, when we're doing our NEA 2s with you. If you're thinking about lifting your dishes up to a higher level and you want to add something to it, an additional element to your dish, a puree would be a great way through. So we're going to start by making a puree for the fruit one. Okay, right, any questions? Can I use almond extract instead of vanilla extract? Yeah, that is absolutely fine on this one. We obviously just say we're in peculiar times and we're using our lockdown larders, which means we haven't got quite the food maybe that we were hoping to have cooking with us. We might not have everything with us. Now I was going to do you some fun sciencey bits with all my science kits. Unfortunately, that is all left and locked at home at school. We've been in isolation now for 8 days now, isn't it? Yeah. Day 8 of our isolation here. So I haven't got those bits, but we can use what we've got at home. So don't worry if you've got a different flavour extract. So I'm just reading the script down the side here, and sorry, look, the comments down the side here, and it's saying, yeah, so different extracts, yep, almonds fine, different sorts of extracts are better, and we'll talk about why extracts are better than flavourings in a little bit later as well. Okay, so let's go with some fruit. Let's make a mess of it. We're going to have a go with mixing them up. So we're going to use a little blender, but we could use a fork as well. So if you want to just grab the blender there, we've got the blender there. Fabulous. So we're going to use a teeny tiny blender there. And we're going to just mix up some of it. Now, how much do we need to be doing with this one? Well, if you have a look on your recipe sheets, I'd say the sheets we sent off to you before, and I will go through this. Just here, let's see. We got them there, but we'll also send them to you, and they have been at the bottom of the screen as well. So we're looking at around about 125 grams of the amount here. Again, some of you may not have scales at home. That's fine. We don't mind that one. Thankfully, this one actually has it on here, so you can actually spoon this one in. If you haven't got exacts, it's not going to be an exact science today because we say some of you might have scales at home, and we might have to play with some of the ingredients. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so we put that one in there. Yeah, there we go. Right, are we going to do? Do you want to do frozen summer fruits? Yeah. Yep, we're going to do a bit of summer fruits in ours. There we go, Millie. Pour those ones in. Are you going to make all the mess with it? Yeah. Yeah. Fabulous. Mash all these up. So I've just had these frozen fruits, summer fruits there. So we've got raspberries in there. I just had those defrosting since breakfast time this morning on there. So they're nicely ready to go. And I think we'll put some of these in there. Can you see 125 there? There we go. No. There we go. Put some of those in there.
Yeah, it's about.
Okay, about there. So we're looking at around about 4 tablespoons worth of fruit. You can have a look into there. That's the sort of amount you're looking at. Otherwise, if you measure this one out at home, it's 125 ml of fruit would be absolutely fine. Otherwise, what we put in there is about 4 tablespoons of fruit into there. This is mixed. Say this is frozen fruit, but we could quite happily have used some tinned fruit, tinned soft fruits there. So if you've got some tinned fruits at home, peaches, nectarines. That'll be fine. That's going to work with this one. It's going to still be able to do what we're planning to do. All right, let's put that one in there. We've got a few more comments. While you're doing that, Millie, it's going to get very loud now, isn't it? Let's go 2. Let's go through. Okay, it's a bit noisy. That looks well and truly blended. Yeah. Yeah. Happy with that?
Yeah.
Let's have a look into there.
Yeah.
That is well and truly blended up there. I like that. Fabulous. All right. Next, we need to get all the bits out of that. So I'm just saying, while Millie's going to get the sieve, and we're going to get around to that. Do you want to plug the other thing back in, Millie? That'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's have a look at what the comments we've got going down the screen here. Oops. Let's go back to that. Okay, comments down the screen here. Let's have a look at what we've got down here today. We have got a few different things people saying. Are cornflour and cornstarch the same? Can I use either? Yes, that is absolutely fine. You can use cornstarch with this one or cornflour. I'm happy with that one. Yep, let's move down. I'm just going down to the next comments. How can I make the fast souffle gluten-free? Fabulous, Millie. Very simply. We're going to use gluten-free flour, okay? So we've got some gluten-free flour in there. With gluten-free flour, though, I always tend to add a little bit of xanthan gum in there as well, just to give it that extra protein. So I know it's obviously got some xanthan gum already, and it's got some protein alternatives in the flour already. But I do like to add a little bit of that. So I hope that answers with that one. So a nice bit of gluten-free flour with some xanthan gum just to build that one up. I would if you're making that one to be gluten-free. Good questions. It's almost like we got everything prepared and ready to go for you here. All right, so we blended that up. The next stage we need to do is we need to use a sieve. You can grab me a sieve. Okay, into the bowl there, and we now need to rub through a sieve into the pan. So we got a pan here, and we could actually do this direct into the pan. Should we do it direct into the pan? Go and grab a pan off a hob. We'll do this, save our washing up at home here, because we're obviously at home and not in school. So we're going to do that one. Okay. Are we ready to go? The one on the stove already, that'll be fine. Okay. We're going to get this one. Now the reason we want to do this is we want to rub this through into the pan, so we get all of the bits outside. We want to make ourselves a beautiful puree. Okay, so tap that onto there. There we go. There we are. Use a spoon there just to scrape all that one off. There we go. There we go. And let's scrape all that in. We're just going to use the back of a spoon, and we're going to just pour that through. There we go. Do you want to spoon it into there? Let you do that one. Go on, spoon it in. Millie's going to spoon that one into the sieve, and then she's going to use the back of the sieve just to press it through, so we get a lovely smooth puree with that one. Now, the finer the sieve you've got going on here, the better. If you haven't got a mixer, just use a fork, mash it up, and then just put it through whatever you got to strain that you can use to strain that off. Are we all in there? That's good. Oh, let's get some. See if we can get a little bit more in there. So puree. Puree would be a lovely way to be able to decorate, plate decorate for your puddings when you do your NEA2. You think about plate presentation there, or your year 10s. Always try and, if you've got a few moments to make a puree, it's nice and simple. You're just blending up your fruits there, and then strain that through. So we're just going to rub that through a sieve, and then we're going to add the flavouring at this point. So if they've got people there who are adding different sorts of flavouring, that's fine. You can put on orange. Well, an orange might be quite nice with it. We're going to go with a little bit of vanilla, but you can go with what you wish with that one. And then once we've done that one, we're just going to put it over a medium heat. And once we've got that over, we're going to just whisking it continually. We're just going to put that on a medium heat so we can then get a beautiful sauce. In essence, we're kind of starting like you would do with a bit of a jam. I suppose we can start with this one. If you've been making jam, you've probably done this method this way as well. You blend it all up, heat it all up. What we're going to be doing with the same with this one, we'll stir in then some corn flour, cornstarch. Or if you haven't got that, we can put in there a little bit of custard powder in there, which is going to be used, and it will form. Now, with the starch, we've got our thing going on where we're going to be thickening. So GCSE, let's start writing up our terms that we're going to be doing today, a little bit of food science. So we're going to be doing a few bits of food science today. And that one, when you get starch, when starch is heated up in a liquid, that is what we've got as gelatinisation. So let's start making a list of them up here on the whiteboard. So gelatinisation. Gelatinisation is, you can see that on the board. Oh, it can't quite. I'll just take that bit. higher. Can you see that one behind me? There we go. Gelatinization. Okay, so gelatinization, we got that one up on the board there. Gelatinization is when we are going to be heating up the starch. So starch you'll find in flour, along with proteins, gliadin and glutenin. And when you heat that up, those starch pieces expand, and as they expand, so your starch and liquid mix begins to thicken. We talk about this when we're making our white sauces, and we're actually going to make a white sauce into a souffle if we get time a little bit later. So as they begin to expand, they thicken up your mixture. Okay, eventually those starches are going to burst, release amylose, amylopectin, and you're going to be ending up with a beautiful, smooth sauce. Now, what temperatures does this happen? Starts to thicken around 60. You're going to get full thickening happening around about 80. But full gelatinization, in the scientific term of gelatinization here, with starch is fully, the starch pieces fully expand but then burst. That's 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, so that's what we're looking for gelatinization. And what happening is, as they're beginning to expand, they take on board the liquids, and like I say, we eventually end up bursting into and thickening our sauce. Starch forming and gelatinization. That's what you need that starch for. So cornstarch, corn flour, or vanilla. Now the great thing is with the custard powder, if you're using that, that's already got a bit of vanilla in already. It's got a kind of a vanilla-y flavour if you're using the custard powder anyway. And we've got that coming through now. Yeah. And he's just sits doing that through as we talk a little bit more about the food science, okay, in there. Right. So while she's doing that, let's talk about vanilla as well. Now, I am using a particular type of vanilla, and what we're using here is a vanilla bean paste. Okay, so we're actually using pure vanilla, and I'm just going to squeeze some of this onto a tube here. There we go. Beautiful. And this is vanilla. The vanilla bean paste, it's black. Okay, it's not that yellowy colour that you might get from vanilla flavouring. I don't know if you can see this on the screen there. There we go. Look, pure vanilla. You can see the little seeds perhaps on the end of my finger there. It's a black. Tastes absolutely delicious. If you can get hold of this stuff, it is brilliant. Okay, right, what would you recommend? Well, I've said before, if I'm going to be using vanilla, the best type of vanilla paste you can get is probably one called a Little Pods vanilla. It's local to Devon. They import actual vanilla, and they make it, and it's made from pure vanilla, not artificial stuff. Artificial like flavorings is made from an artificial thing called vanillin. It's like a petrochemical, and who wants to be putting something that's related to petrol in your food? Not good. No, pure vanilla. It's black. It tastes amazing. It's really worth spending that extra for. There's lots of added benefits to using a proper vanilla paste. Okay. There's really good health benefits. Actually, when it comes to health and obesity, it's actually a suppressant to the urges for sugar. So actually, it's a good. Lots of health benefits to using pure vanilla. Now, if you've got actual vanilla pods themselves, that would be brilliant as well. So what we do with that is we just open up the vanilla pods, and we can, with a knife, and then just run your thumb down the middle and get the bean. You'll see actual all the little black parts of the vanilla pod, and you can use that in your food as well. That's brilliant. But so the best ones I've found is Little Pods vanilla. But if you can't get hold of that, or for whatever reason, there are other types of vanilla, but you want to make sure it's an extract, and definitely not. And Little Pod do extracts as well, but definitely not the flavourings, which is not a good stuff. We want to be encouraging the farmers out there to be farming in the likes of Madagascar. They want to be farming and other places around the world. They want to be farming the proper stuff. So we want to help the farmers out there by using real vanilla as wherever we can, and supporting those workers and farmers out there who are putting this together. Because if we support them, then they'll make more of it, and the vanilla prices will come down. And vanilla itself is amazing stuff, but it is expensive, and I get that. But there's a lot of reasons for that. So we've got to try and support those people as best we can. Anyway, right, back to the cooking. So I'm going to put a little bit of vanilla into that while you're doing that. How's it going?
Good.
Okay, we've got that going through. We've got a nice little. We'll put a little bit of this vanilla paste in there. Vanilla bean paste. It's just beautiful in there. I'll try that. It's really good. Is it good?
Yeah.
It is good stuff. It is good stuff. And they can little fancy tubes as well. It's really cool. But whatever you can do that. Now, let's say if you can't do that, you can get other flavourings. Let's get that in there as well. So we've got a nice little sauce going on in the bottom there.
Yeah.
A little bit more on there. Sorry, I'm just trying to tell you a bit more about why we're doing this while Millie strains all that through. This is great. I've got my sous chef here helping me away, making a beautiful puree there. Okay. When we rubbed it through the sieve and into the pan, we've added the vanilla. We're going to boil it over a medium heat, and we're going to be whisking this up. Okay, so you're going to be whisking this up. Is this going to be all right, Millie?
Yeah.
We're going to whisk this up, and we're going to add in the corn flour with a little bit of water, maybe just to slacken it all off. Yeah, I think so. That looks good to me. Happy with that?
Yeah.
All right, let's move this one over here. All right. So can we show everyone what you've done there?
Yeah.
While I've been chattering away. So we've got ourselves a beautiful puree going on there with vanilla in there as well. So you need a whisk. Here we are, got your whisk. Is that going to be big enough?
No.
No. All right, let's try a bigger whisk. Now remember whisks, if you are using a whisk, this is my teeny tiny one, it's my hot chocolate. If you're using whisks in a pan, you can use a metal whisk in a stainless steel pan, that's fine. Don't go using a metal whisk if you've got, in a steel pan like this. Don't go using it if you've got lovely Teflon coated pans at home. You're going to ruin them, and I'm going to get into all sorts of trouble. And you end up with horrible black bits that are not vanilla in your there, which will be black bits off the pan. So if you've got a lovely Teflon pans at home, use a rubber type whisk. Okay, we're using metal. We've got steel ones here, so we've got steel pans, and we're going to do that on the side there. So if you can go and whack that over there, I'm going to come over with you. She's going to get that pan on the heat. I'll come with you. Take the camera over with us while we go. We need to take our cornstarch with us, or corn flour with us, to put into that as well. How are we doing there? You're going to put that one on the medium heat. There we go. So we're just going to put this on a medium heat. I'll set it up at camera over here. How are we doing, Millie? There we go. Right, so we've got, move these pans out of the way. So Millie is on a medium heat, bringing this to the boil here, and then we need the corn flour. Let me just go and grab where we've got the corn flour. There we go. So we've got some generic custard powder here, or if you've got corn flour at home or cornstarch, brilliant. We can put that into there. Let me just get that one out. You need 2 tablespoons of that. So we'll get a spoon out. You stirring this one? Brilliant. Good. Now remember, girls, when you're doing this on the hob, your handle should not be facing towards you where you can knock into it. It shouldn't be facing onto any of the hot pieces. We're doing this in the middle one here. It shouldn't be facing any of the top of any of the hot rings that you've got on, otherwise it's going to hurt your hand there. Okay, we're going to put on the side there, right out of the way. Well done, Millie. So she's just bringing that to a boil. Is that starting to bubble up now?
Yeah.
Yeah, just starting to bubble up there. So do you want to get your 2 tablespoons of corn flour in there? There we go. Next one, 2 tablespoons of that. Probably a little bit level one. Let's make it a level one. There we go. And there we go. Good. Mix that one in. Fabulous. Keep stirring it. Keep stirring it. Keep stirring it. Keep stirring it. There we go. Keep stirring all of that together. Beautiful. Just going to get a little bit of water into this one as well, just to slacken it all off. Let me get some little jug there. Okay. So we've got a little bit of water. We're just going to pour into that one as well. Keep stirring that one. So we've got a hot liquid with starch in this one, and what's going to happen is the starch will begin to expand. As that begins to expand, that's going to thicken our mixture through gelatinisation. Remember, gelatinisation is the way that we can create ourselves a beautiful sauce on this one. How are we doing?
Yeah.
Keep stirring that one. A little bit of water in there, just another bit more water in there, just to slacken that one off again. Got a lovely sauce. Is it smooth yet? Starting to get there. Keep it moving. Don't let it stop moving. Okay, so Millie now has got a lovely gelatinized fruit sauce there, a fruit puree ready to go in there. That looks lovely. That looks lovely. Yeah. Now we're going to chill this one down for a minute now, get this one nice and cool. So we'll take that one off the heat, and let's go back to making the rest of our souffle. So this will form the fruit base to our souffle. If you haven't got any fruit and we're not using fruit, don't worry. So this is going to be formed like our flavouring to our souffle. So we've got a little mixed berry souffle going on in this one. So that's going to form our berry. We're going to leave that one, and that's just going to cool for a minute. I've just put that one on the side into a dish with cold water just to cool that one down for a moment. Right, let's go back to the table and we'll start making with everything else. Okay, there we go. Fabulous. All right, let's go with that one. No, we can leave that one there. That's all right, Millie. All right, let's go back to the table there. Can you just switch that water off, Millie? All righty, camera back to us. Next, we've done that. We're going to just preheat our oven at this point. So if you want to make sure you've, oh, another message there. Oh no, that's fine. We've got that one message already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So next one, we need to now make the rest of our. Get ready to put everything in the oven. We do need to preheat the oven. Yeah. So do you want to go and get the preheat of the oven? We're going to preheat the oven to 200 degrees Celsius. Okay. So gas mark 6, 390 Fahrenheit. All good on this one, you see. I'm ready to go with that one. So you've been preheating that one, Millie? Yeah. Fabulous. Now, the next thing we need to do is we need to think about our dishes we're going to put them in. So we've got a variety of dishes. Now, ideally, you're looking for a ramekin. Millie, get a ramekin out. That's right. Show it, hold up to the camera. There we go. Ramekin. Now, if you haven't got a ramekin, which is like a very small dish, isn't it? Teeny tiny small dish. There we go. Teeny tiny small dish. We're going to be using those. If you haven't got one of those, you could use an old chocolate pudding dish. Ta-da! There we are. A lovely glass chocolate pudding. There were lovely chocolate puddings, those ones. You could, if you've got nothing like that, you could use an egg cup. There we go. We're going to make our tiny little dishes for it. So we can use whatever we've got at home to make our souffles with that one. Now, the oven is preheated at 200 degrees Celsius. Is that right? Yeah. Fab. We're now going to get ready to make the rest of our souffle. So we've got the flavour. We're going to make the rest of it. Now, the next bit we need to do is we need to brush the insides of our dishes with butter or oil, and dust them with sugar. Okay, so we have got there our little souffle dish, and we need to do that one. Now, the reason we're going to do this one, these souffles are going to rise. Okay. They're going to rise because we're going to be aerating them. We're going to be putting air into the food. Aeration. Oh, whack a bit on there. We're going to do aeration. Here we go. Aeration. We're going to be doing aeration. I'm going to do a few types. We're going to be using mechanical aeration when we get the air in, and then physical aeration actually inside the oven, which will mean that the air that's already inside is going to expand further and then lift it out of the dishes. Okay, so we're going to be aeration. We're going to be having both mechanical and physical. Mechanical, so I'm doing that, and physical. Physical aeration. Fab! I like this. Lots of food science involved here. So we've got that going on behind me. Let me just make sure you can all see that one. So we've got gelatinisation, we've got aeration, both mechanical and physical aeration. Now, to allow that to happen, we can't have the souffle sticking to the outside of the dish. So we're going to just lubricate the dish. We're going to make sure that we've got something there. So what we'll do is we'll put a little bit of oil. Now you can use oil if you want to, if we're looking at keeping this one as a vegan option, or if you wanted to, you could use a little bit of butter. What are we going to do, butter or oil?
Oil. You
want to use a little bit of oil? Okay, so what we'll do then is put a little bit of oil on your fingers and we just rub it around, or alternatively, we've got some butter here and we can just use a little bit of butter and do it. I'm going to try it butter, you can try oil then. There we go. We'll just pour a little bit into there for you. Okay, do you want to get your fingers into there, rub it all the way inside? So Millie's going to use a bit of the oil. I'll use a bit of the butter. So I'm just going to take a little bit of my butter here. Okay, and we'll just brush that around the outside of mine. Okay, so I'm just going to brush all of this inside. So if you haven't got a ramekin, that's fine. We can do little pudding dishes or an egg cup. If it's a ceramic one, obviously making sure it's a ceramic one, not a plastic one. You can use the plastic ones for when we do the extra fast, quick souffle ones, the microwave ones. If you wanted to, you can use a paper cup for these ones. The fast ones, I have to credit somebody else for that one. Another food teacher, which we got called Adele. And she will go to her recipe in a moment. While these are cooking, we'll make some quick fast ones. Okay, so I've got butter all inside mine. You've got oil inside yours. So the next thing we need to do is there's obviously got some lubrication there, so we've to make sure that when it rises, it's not going to stick to the sides. It's still going to come up. But then we also need to make sure we get those finished too. So a little bit of sugar. So if you want to grab the sugar bag there, okay, a little bit of sugar in there, and we'll put some sugar in there, and we're just going to coat the insides and dust it with sugar. Okay, so if you just very lightly dust that with sugar, and it dusts all around. That's going to stick to the butter there before we put our mixture in. Now it's good to prepare everything in advance because then we're going to be making the egg parts. We're going to be our aerated mixture. It's going to go straight into these ones. It'll be nicely dusted. Lots of sugar all the way around. Make sure it's dusted all around. If you want to pour a little bit in here, and I'll just shake my bit around. There we go. A bit more into this one. There we go. Just going to make sure that there is sugar all the way around that one. Let's get a little more sugar as well. I like sugar. There we go. Like that. Let's get that properly coated. Okay, so I've just got that coated all the way around with sugar. Okay, have you got yours all coated with sugar?
Yeah.
A little bit more sugar in yours. There we go. Coat that all the way around. Okay, souffle dishes ready to go. Oven ready to go. Puree chilling, ready to go. So now we get onto the aeration part. Okay, so we need to make sure we have fully aerated our mixture. Okay, so we need to whisk our egg whites. Now, like I said earlier, you are going to need a glass bowl ideally with this one. You could use a ceramic one as well if you've got one of those. But try if you have only got a plastic one, then we'll have to have a go with that one. But the problem with the plastic ones is they've got tiny little minuscule bits of holes or grains or indentations around the inside of a bowl, which you might not be able to see, which will be collecting fat, which is going to make it a lot harder when we whisk our egg whites for our egg whites to have soft peaks, and that's what we're looking to create today. We're going to create some soft peaks. So egg whites. It's a fun bit. We need to separate the eggs, Millie. So we need to get the egg white and the egg yolk. The egg white is going to get into a bowl. The egg yolk is going to go into there. Ready to go, Millie?
Yeah.
She'll be fine with this one. All right, we're ready to go. So egg white in this. All right, we'll do the other way around. Put the yolk in this one. Then. Here we go. We've got the spare bowl. There we go.
Oh.
That's all right. It's not split. Put that one over there. Lift it out so it's a split. There we go. Wonderful. You want to grab a cloth?
Yeah.
It's over there by the sink. There we go. All right. So we have got our egg white in there. Okay, nice bit of egg white inside there. It's all right. We're at home. We can make a bit of a mess with this one. Okay. So we're going to get the egg white into our nice clean bowl. There we go. And we are going to whisk it. Now, you can use any type of whisk you want to with this one. We can use, that's a teeny whisks. We could use an electric whisk, if you've got an electric whisk, or if you're feeling fancy, you could use a KitchenAid, my lovely KitchenAid. It's sparkly, it's beautiful. We can use a beautiful KitchenAid, or we can use, well, we won't use, lovely. We're not going to use the KitchenAid. We're going to come over and we'll use a hand whisk, okay? Or electric whisk. Which we use? Electric or hand whisk? Oh, we use electric. Okay. So we use electric whisk. So if you take it back on there we go. We're going to use an electric whisk on this one. All right. You ready for this one?
No.
A bit noisy. You know, she's making all sorts of noise to this one today. Okay. We're ready to go. Is it switched on? Is it plugged in? Okay. Here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
All right, it's all working fine. So she's going to make a lot of noise now. Go for it. Ease over there. So we're trying to get soft peaks on this one, so we need to turn it. Now what we're going to be doing here is going to be denaturing and coagulating. bit faster. Bit faster still. Faster a lot. Okay. So anyway, can I just show everyone there? So pause a minute. Okay, let's put some more food science in this one. So we've got the egg white, which at the moment is gone from a clear. What colour is it now?
Bubbly white.
It's gone bubbly white, absolutely. So we have gone from a clear liquid, running liquid, to something that's going whitish now. It's and with that going whitish, we've got proteins, and the proteins are beginning to denature. Okay, we are denaturing the proteins. What does that mean? What does denaturing mean? Well, let's just recap on what we did last term. Denaturing. We have got proteins, long chains of amino acids. Okay, all bunched up together, all tightly bound together, and as we're doing this whisking, what's starting to happen is they are beginning to unravel. We're unraveling those long chains of amino acids. They're taking on bits of air, water, whatever. They I'm beginning to unravel, and as they become unraveling, we are denaturing the proteins. Okay, and this is where we're changing it from what was clear in an egg white to egg white. This is the denaturing. Now we haven't fully coagulated, which means we're setting it until we carry on. When it soft peaks, then we have coagulated. Okay, so we need to end up with coagulation. Okay, oh, so much food science in this one. Coagulation, denaturing to coagulation. Right, Millie, coagulate that protein. Okay, let's go for it. Now, if you're using this in a plastic bowl, you're going to find it very, very hard to get the coagulation stage. You'll probably denature, but it might not be able to coagulate. Go around a bit. It's time to form solid and solid. Yeah, so keep that one going. Oh yeah, it's starting to form softly. This is good. This is good. All right, nearly there. So the denaturing, pulling further apart, and then setting. And that is your coagulation of proteins. Nearly there, give it a quick stir around and doing this one at maximum speed. Now to this, we're going to add a little bit of sugar again. We're going to be putting into that a little bit of sugar just to help that one. And then we're going to fold that into our jam base. Alright. Looks like nearly there. So look. Okay, we're there. Now, more food science. Not only have we done this, we check if it's set and probably coagulated. Ta-da! It is definitely set and coagulated. Okay, so we have formed coagulation. Brilliant. We've formed it. We've done the process of coagulation. We've denatured our proteins, then we coagulated our proteins. Now, as well as that, that was a liquid, which we added air to. Agreed?
Yeah.
Okay, so that aeration, mechanical aeration, where we added air to a liquid, we have also got in there, we have got in there creating a foam. Oh, all these scientific words, love it. So we have mechanically aerated and created a foam, but at the same time we've denatured and coagulated at the same time. So denatured, then goes coagulated, we've aerated, and then we've mechanically aerated, and we formed a foam as well. So much food science in this one, it's brilliant. Okay, and you can see we have got soft peaks. Look at those, you can see the soft peak on the top of there. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, there we go, a soft peak. Now, to this soft peak. We are going to be putting in a tablespoon of sugar. Okay, so we're just going to put a tablespoon of sugar into that one. Have you got a tablespoon of sugar? Sugar, tablespoon, sugar. Fab, there we go. Let's put a tablespoon of sugar into that one. I'm just going to quickly whisk that one up. Then we're going to fold that one in. Just to stabilise. Okay, tablespoon of sugar in there as well. Nearly forgot that tablespoon of sugar. Tablespoon of sugar in there. Now we're going to fold in our jam mix. So Millie, go grab our jam. If you've not made a fruit mix, like I say, this is the point where we want to go. You could be putting into there a little bit of grated lemon zest. Remember, if you're grating a lemon zest, don't go all the way to the white pithy part. It's going to be too bitter. You just want the outside of the lemon. Just give it a little, say if you've got lemon or lime, you can just grate a little bit of the lime juice in there. If you've made yourself a puree, or even if you've got a shop bought puree that you might be able to use for this one, we're using what we can. We're lockdown larders. It's difficult times. Let's use what we've got and use up those ingredients. Now, we could also add to this savoury. So we could use up some old vegetables that you might have left over. Grated carrot into this one would work. It would work absolutely fine. You could put some chopped up spring onions in at this point. There's lots of other ingredients that you could add into this one. Cheese, you could put this into cheese, grate some cheese in instead of grating a bit of lemon in, and go with a savoury souffle here. So apologies. We need to be making sure that we have got everything sorted here. Okay, so we need to make sure that we've got a nice flavour in here, but we're using everything that we might have around the house and using up what we can. So I know it's difficult times, so we can use what we can. All right, so we've got our lovely jam there. Millie's got a jam. We're going to fold this in. So you can use a wooden spoon or a little spatula here, and we're going to fold that into there. So if you just put that down the side there, okay, and we're just going to fold that mixture in. So we're lifting from the bottom and we're putting it into down the side there, Millie. There we go, down there, there we go. Any more mixture in there? Don't tap the back, there we go. Try not to tap the bowl because you're going to be losing all of that air that you got in. Okay, so try not to tap the bowl. If you're getting this out, just try and ease it off. Maybe use your finger, just put it off, you can use your finger. Have a little taste then if you want. You should always taste your food as you're going along. There we go, what's it taste like?
Nice.
It's nice, Millie says it's nice, that's good. You're gonna wash your hands now. Good go. Okay, so I'm gonna just get rid of this one. Let's get rid of that. Okay, we're gonna come back to that in a moment. We're gonna try some other ways to make a souffle. All right, so what I've got here is I've got Millie's jam filling and I've got our wonderful egg whites. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna fold that through. So if you see the motion I'm looking at here, so that's the vanilla and fruit. Just going to fold that into my mixture, lifting from the bottom over the top. I don't want to lose any of that beautiful air that we've put into there. I don't want to lose any of that lightness that we've created in there. Okay, so I'm just going to lift it over and gently fold it over so it's just combined there. Okay, so we're just going to do that one, lift it over. Have you got our bowls ready, Millie? Our little souffle bowls?
Yep.
Fabulous. So we're just going to fold that last bit together and then we'll spoon it in until all of that jam is mixed. Is your jam all gone through now?
Yeah.
Has pretty much gone through, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Just going to fold that last piece in. Okay. So this is a high level food. Obviously we've got a lot of food science we can teach through it, but it is also a high level piece that you could use as part of your NEA 2s for next year, depending on what the task is for your NEA 2. If this fits with the task that you choose for your NEA 2s that we have in class, then this would be a high level piece. Now you can just see, hopefully on the camera there, that is now combined. We've got that all gone through, and there is pink's gone all the way through. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to now just put this into our bowls. Okay, divide the mixture amongst your dishes. So if you've got 3 or 4 dishes, divide that amongst it. Filling them to the top, and then we need to level it off with a knife. Do you want to go and grab a back of a knife? And then we're going to bake for about 10 minutes. Okay, 9 to 11 minutes. 10 minutes on that one. Just going to drop that one in there. Oops, so just going to. Yeah, can you just move the camera down a little bit so we can see what's going on there? There we go. Just going to put that one in there. So just level it off. So we need a bit more on there.
Yeah.
More in there. Okay, just try it. Careful not to lose any of that delicate air that we put in. Just going to put that one in. Level mine off with the spatula there. A bit more in yours.
Just a little bit.
Okay. There we go. A bit more on yours. Okay. Beautiful. Delicately done. Try not to tap the sides. Try not to make sure we get any. There we go. Happy?
Yeah.
Right, we're going to get a tray from just above the oven there, and we'll put those ones onto a tray. Just above the oven there, you might just need your stool there to get that one. Nice flat tray. Now we're going to put these into the oven there, so we're going to be divide the mixture up. I'm going to put them into the oven. There we go. Fill into the very top, level them off with a knife, and we're baking these for about 10 minutes until they're risen just above the rim by half. Okay, so that's where we should be. So the oven's preheated, Millie.
Yeah.
Delicately put that one in. We don't want to lose any of the bubbles. That's beautiful bubbly air, that aerated mixture. Now, while it's in the oven, all done. 10 minutes on the timer. Should just put 10 minutes on the timer for you all over there. What's happening? Oh, a bit more food science. Let's go into this food science because we were all about the learning today. We've now gone from mechanical aerated to physical aeration. Okay, this is the physical aeration. If you think about a gas, when you heat up that gas, what's going to happen to it? It's going to expand. Okay, so it's going to expand inside the oven, and as it does so, it's going to be pushing up the protein structure that we made from the egg protein there. So we're not made the ones that the extract protein that's in there. So it's going to expand that structure, and it's going to make it rise up through physical means. Okay, so we've mechanically aerated, now we've gone to physical. So we've got aeration, creating a foam, through mechanical aeration, going to physical aeration. With the proteins, we denatured the proteins, and then we coagulated and set the proteins. Okay, don't forget when we made the jam at the beginning, we added some starch to it that gelatinized to thicken the jam there as well. So quite a lot going on with that one. Now we got 10 minutes, which is great. What should we do for 10 minutes?
Make chocolate.
Make a chocolate one. Brilliant idea. So what we're going to do now is we're going to make you a lovely quick chocolate one. So let's just very quickly go back to our recipes for you. Okay, and send live to you. So you should be able to now see this one here. Okay. Now, if I put that on the board for you, this one is courtesy of Miss Adele Louise James, and this is a quick little fun chocolate souffle. Literally with this one, you just have to put this in the microwave, and we're going to use something quite fun with this one. We're going to use some plastic cups with this one, because this one is quite good. And if you've got little paper cups, this works really, really well. But if you haven't got little paper cups, just some plastic cups will work fine. I'm going to get a couple each for that one for you, one for me. Millie's just going to get some little plastic cups for this one. Really, really, really simple. So the ingredients when it's mixing together are, let's go back to the screen here. We've got 2 tablespoons of self-raising flour, and we're going to put those ones into a bowl. So we're going to use self-raising flour. But if you haven't got self-raising flour, plain flour and some baking powder will be fine. With a pinch of baking powder. 1 tablespoon of the caster sugar. Wait, some more spoons, we need to take tablespoons. 1 tablespoon of cocoa powder, or we could use a hot chocolate powder if you've not got cocoa powder at home, and then 1 tablespoon of the oil. Okay, and we just combine the lot. It's going to be that simple to do with this one. So you're going to be finding this one a lovely one to do if you've got a few moments and you want to make a quick little pudding at home. Like I say, we've got to credit our friend Adele Louise James. Miss Adele Louise James is a food teacher, another food teacher around the country who sent us in this one. So thank you very much to Adele for that one. Right. Let's get this one together. Let's get back to me. Let's see so everyone can see what we're up to. Okay. Send live. There we go. So here we are. We're back again, and this is a lovely, nice, easy, quick one to do. Millie's just got all the ingredients together while you were talking there. So the first thing we've got some basic self-raising flour here that we've got. Now, if you haven't got self-raising flour, absolutely fine. I know, again, we're in difficult times. It might be an issue to get hold of all your ingredients. If you haven't got self-raising flour, then you could just use what you're going to do with that one. You can put 2 tablespoons of there. If you haven't got that, you can just use some plain flour and some baking powder. So 2 tablespoons of plain flour. Just got some bog standard plain flour there, and some baking powder there. You can put some baking powder onto there as well. That would work, just a little pinch of the two. If you are going gluten-free, remember you can use some gluten-free, some generic gluten-free there ones. But if you're doing that, I tend to put a little bit of the old xanthan gum in there as well. So you can do that one, make that one gluten-free. Fabulous. Got that in there, Millie?
Yeah.
Okay, the next thing we need to do in there is add the caster sugar. So you've got caster sugar. Yeah, 1 tablespoon of the caster sugar. We're going to go into there. Let's move everything off so you can see what we're up to. So this is an egg-free souffle. Hey, I like an egg. This is just a bit of fun. This one. I'm not technically using all the skills that we did before. But a nice bit of fun to show a souffle. And obviously, if you're doing this for the NEAs, you want to be doing the proper one we did earlier. But if you want a bit of fun, you want to make a quick little pudding. There are lots of different ways to make souffles, and this is just a quick, low-skill way of doing it in the microwave. Have a bit of fun, so we can make a little pudding. Yeah, Millie? Yeah. So we've got in there 1 tablespoon of caster sugar. Yeah. Fabulous. We need some cocoa, some chocolate. So this is an unsweetened cocoa. We got 2 sides. We got those ones, and we got that one. Brilliantly. We'll probably use the really nice stuff. So we've got some cocoa powder there, but if you haven't got cocoa powder, we've also got some hot chocolate powder. So we can use either. We'll use this one. So we need to be going in there. How much of this do we need?
1 tablespoon. That's
right, 1 tablespoon is what we need. So do you want to put in there 1 tablespoon into that one? Nice big bit of chocolate. And there we go. Put that one in there. All right. Tablespoon of cocoa powder in there. Now, 1 tablespoon of oil. You got the oil there?
Yeah.
Fabulous. Let's put some oil in there. All right. And that's it, Millie.
Oh, okay.
Okay, stir it all up. Stir it all up, stir it all up, stir it all up. Just stirring it all up. Now, what we're going to do is going to put this into the microwave for 1 minute, and we should have a tiny little souffles in a little cup. So we're just using little plastic cups in the. If this is where you've got a little plastic egg cup, you could use a little plastic egg cup for this one, or in fact, we could use it. Should we just put them into? We'll put them into these little egg. We'll put them into these. Here we go. We'll put them into that one. Is it all nice and broken down into a little bit? There we go. Keep stirring that one up. Do you want to just get that little jug on the side over there as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. I'll just carry on stirring that one over here. So we've got our mixture into there and there. There we go. Millie's just going to do some washing up as we go. Millie, do you want to just take that bowl as well? Yeah. Where are we? Where's the white bowl? You've got the white bowl there. So there's glass bowl there. There we go. Can we just take that one?
Oh, yeah.
There we go. All right. So we got that one into there. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put that one into our egg cup, and we're going to put that one in together into our egg cup. Let's spoon that one in a minute, please.
Yeah.
Put that one in there. There we go. I think that's all mixed. Spoon it into your mixture, into your egg cup, and then into the microwave for 1 minute. Is it in there? You can use your finger on this one. See if everyone can see. Well, we'll put a bit more in there. It's going to expand, don't forget. Just put it all in there. Let's put it all into one egg cup. Squeeze it down. There we go. Into the microwave,
Yeah.
1 minute. So that's going to go into the microwave for 1 minute while we get ready for our... Brilliant. Have a look at the soufflés through the glass. Are they expanding?
Yeah.
How long have we got left?
1 minute.
1 minute. Okay, so oven gloves ready?
Oven gloves.
So at this point, the soufflés are ready to come out. So we're just going to get the oven gloves on, ready to go, Millie. And we're going to bring them over and put them on this side here to everyone to see.
Yeah.
Don't forget, when you get yourself in and out of the oven, girls at home or anyone who's watching this now at home, please make sure you're using oven gloves when you take stuff out of the oven. You need to make sure you are using the correct PPE. All right, Millie. Here we go. They're fully expanding and they're not quite ready yet.
No. Couple more seconds.
Couple more seconds, everybody. We're nearly there. There we go. So just a couple more seconds and we will be there for you.
Okay.
There we go. That's the timer for you. We're now ready to go. Let's go with that one. Yeah, I know. Let's get the soufflés out.
They look huge.
Quickly then, bring the whole tin over. Now these will deflate, so we're going to get these ones out on here. There we go. You can see those ones there, everybody. We have got our beautifully raised. Oh, good idea. Turn it right the way around so everyone can see. This is what we are looking for, everybody. This is our beautiful raised soufflés. Okay, that's what you should do. Yeah, trying to get the other ones out as well. Is it risen? Come on then, bring that one over here as well. So we have now got our soufflés.
It's really hot.
There we go.
Yes.
And then we'll put that one in the middle there on the tray. There we go. So we have got our mini chocolate soufflé. A quick one in a minute. Oops, 1 minute. Okay, everybody. So we have got our. Stopped.
Yes.
Okay, everybody. So we have now got our mini soufflé down here at the front, and we've got our larger soufflés just here, beautifully risen up now, beautifully risen up. There we go. I'm just going to take a photo of these ones as well. Let's have a go and take a nice photo of those. All right, so we've got our beautifully risen soufflés here, and we've got our little soufflé here. Now I'm going to show you one more method of making a soufflé now, and this is using what we did before when we did our sauces. I didn't put this one on the presentation to you before, but it's the very quick one that we did when we made a gelatinized sauce, because I thought we'd just go over gelatinization a bit more. Okay, so we're going to do this one just very quickly. 1 tablespoon of fat. 1 tablespoon of flour, make our roux sauce. Okay, we're making it into a thick panada sauce, and then we're going to add our egg whites to it. Now that way you can also make a souffle as well. So same as before. Before we start making it, let's get our tin. So you can use a bit of butter, Millie. There we go. Just going to grab a bit of butter. We're going to grease the inside of our tin. So we're just going to grease all the way around the inside. So we're going to some more butter, so it's all the way around, and then dust it with sugar like you did previously. With this one, I'm going to put that one all the way around the outside. Dust it with sugar, so it's ready to go. And then what we're going to do is we're then going to make our white sauce, panada sauce. We are going to whisk up our, separate our eggs again, whisk up the egg white, and then we're going to mix that in with it. Okay, then dusting the sugar in there. Okay, don't worry, just get it all the way around. Fabulous. Okay, we're ready to go with that. That's nicely dusted. We're now going to move over to this. We're going to move over to the kitchen, and we're going to get on and make our sauce. Let's get that one done. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, we're back. Back to the hob here. Does everyone see me? Good. We're back to the hob, and we're now going to be making a basic white sauce, the roux sauce, and we're going to make it into panada. Now, don't forget, there's 3 types of this sauce. You've got a pouring sauce, a coating sauce, and a binding sauce. Binding sauce is known as a panada sauce. Okay, so we're going to create a panada sauce, and then what we're going to do with that panada sauce, once we've done that, we're going to get a little bit of panada sauce, mix it in with a bit of the egg yolk, and then we're going to whisk up the egg whites and put that one in. Just get that one good wash through.
Yeah.
Then we're going to do the egg whites, fold in the egg whites, and then back into the oven again like we did before, and make that one cook up a bit like we did previously with the other souffle. Okay. At the moment, Millie is just going to give that a bit of a clean through. Fab, we done ready to go with that one? We can always use another tin. Here we go. Use that one. Yeah. Okay. So do you want to go, Millie? Millie's just going to go get the butter and the flour, some plain flour, and. So we're just going to get the butter and the plain flour. You got that ready, Millie?
Yeah.
And you need a tablespoon for each of those. Remember, when you're making a white sauce, you need to have equal quantities of butter to flour with this one.
2 tablespoons or just 1 tablespoon?
Should we do 2 tablespoons?
Yeah.
Okay. So nice, another way of doing this one, variation on this one. So we've got our pan there. Oops, let me just zoom the camera around.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the pan, we're going to be putting in there 1 tablespoon of the butter, and we're going to be melting that off. Now remember, you don't want that butter to. And we take that one off the work surface. Get this butter there from the work surface. That's brilliant. Okay. Put that tablespoon in there. So we've got a tablespoon of the butter in there. Now the next thing we're going to do is going to warm that up. Grab your spoon. Okay, so we're now stirring up the white sauce here. Start of our white sauce. So we've got a tablespoon in there, a couple of tablespoons of fat in there. 2 tablespoons in there. Oh, 1 tablespoon. Okay, 1 tablespoon. 1.5. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, 1.5 tablespoons. So Millie's just making up a standard roux sauce here. So that's not using the blended method. Sorry, not using the all-in-one method. We're putting everything in at the same time. We're doing it steadily to make up a nice roux method of making the sauce. It means you're going to end up with a sauce that's not as grainy, it's not as floury when we do this one. So we're stirring that all up nicely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nearly finished.
Nearly finished?
Yeah.
So remember, you're in charge of the heat, so not the heat in charge of you. We don't want it to burn, otherwise it's a different sort of sauce altogether. We want this one just to be melted. Got that melted?
Yeah.
Okay, so same amount of flour, equal quantities of butter to flour. So we're going to be putting in about 1.5 tablespoons of flour into there. There we go, in it goes. I think you've got a little bit more flour and then you did a little bit more butter than that. There we go. Okay, fabulous. Do you want to stir that for 3 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, just stirring that one through. Okay, so we've now got, have we got something that's, oh, there we go, is everyone back?
Yeah.
There we go. So we've now got something here which is now much more, if I bring that around to the camera so you can see. So we've got something here that's formed like a paste in there. You might just be able to see that one in there. That's formed a nice little grainy paste. Now into that, we're going to add our liquid. So when we add our liquid to that, we're looking at creating our sauce. So we can use a milk in there. So we'll put some milk in. Okay. And you're going to stir that over the heat to gelatinize it. There we are. We notice, is that boiling up? Yeah. So that's boiling up now. Yeah. Stirring that in. Now we're making a basic roux when we stir this one together. Okay. To keep stirring that one, and once we've made the basic roux, that's when we'll add our eggs to this. A bit more liquid to that.
Yeah, nearly done.
Okay, a little bit more liquid.
That about it?
A little bit more liquid into there.
Okay.
And we're just stirring this on, boiling this up to make ourselves a normal roux sauce there. There we go. How are we doing?
Yeah.
Nearly there? Slightly more. So gelatinization is what's going on with this one. We're making a gelatinized roux sauce. Okay, and once we've done that, so there's no lumps in there at all, we're then going to be working on adding our egg to it. We'll separate our eggs off as we did before, and we're going to be putting a little bit of the yolk into the white sauce, just a little bit into the mixing with that one to cook it off, and then we're going to be folding in the egg whites into it, and then back into the oven in the same way as we did previously. Let's still some lumps in there, keep stirring. More liquid in there?
Yeah, quite a lot of liquid.
More. There we go. Right, while Millie stirs that, I'm going to separate off our egg yolks and our egg whites. So I'm going to get the egg yolks and the egg whites. We're going to separate those ones into two. We're going to whisk up the egg whites like we did previously. Okay, so I'm going to leave Millie to do that one while we do this. I'll come back over here. We'll get the egg whites whisked up into a bowl. Now remember, if you're doing this one, you want to try and make sure that you've got using a glass bowl. Sorry, the internet is coming and going today. We'll get the glass bowl. Okay, nice and deep. All right, I'll do that one. Let me go white bowl. Right, you stir that, Millie. You stir that one. So there's no lumps. Okay, back to me. Here we go. I'm back. So we are now going to be going and adding the egg whites to that. So I've got my glass bowl. I'm going to separate off my egg, and we'll get that one together. Okay, we're back. I think, sorry, the internet is playing up at the moment. It's causing a bit of a poor quality. I would just, so sorry about that one. I don't know quite what's going on with this one, but we'll try again, make sure it's okay, working okay. Oh, there we go. We seem to be working a bit better now. So we'll carry on with that one. Let's move those ones out of the way. We've got the egg whites and the egg yolk. So we'll just separate the two of them here. An egg for you. We need to separate the egg white and the egg yolk, and then we're going to be putting those ones in. So let's just separate this off, and then we'll whisk it all up. Okay. So we've got egg yolk and egg whites separated off there. We're now going to whisk up the egg whites and then combine the two. We'll probably do two with this one because we've got quite a lot of white sauce there. Okay. Right, so we've now got the egg yolk and the egg whites mixed up. So the egg yolk and the egg white separate. We're going to now mix up the egg whites. So I'll tell you this before, mix the two together. Yeah, so that's one round, take that. Now we're going to teenage in it as well as coagulation as well. So we're denaturing and coagulation. We've nearly got soft feet there, very good. Okay, here we have it. So we've got the egg yolk in there and the egg white. So we're going to get the white sauce. You got your white sauce?
Yeah, got that.
we're now going to fold in the white sauce into this one to make our final type of whip. So we've got beautiful white sauce. Yeah. We're going to, with the beautiful white sauce, we're going to put a little bit of the white sauce and mix that in with the egg whites, with the egg yolk. Now we put the, put a little bit of that in there. Put a little bit of that in. And you just keep stirring it so it doesn't scramble. So you're going to keep stirring it loads. Okay, we're going to put a little bit of the egg yolk in there. Okay, keep stirring it, keep stirring it, keep stirring it, keep stirring it. So not all that egg yolk, so no yellow. There we go, there we go. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to then fold in our egg white. So just cooling down there. Ready to go?
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, so if you want to, where's our spatula gone? Have we got the spatula still? The white spatula. Fabulous. How many minutes left? And we're just going to fold in our mixture in. So if you want to spoon that one in, we're going to fold that one in. Down the side there. There we go. Pour it in. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep stirring it in. There we go. Just going to fold that one. Millie's just going to pour it in. I'm going to fold it in as it goes through. There we go. Okay. It does look like a fluffy cloud. We got it from a fruit fluffy cloud before. Keep going. There we go. Just keep going. Or use your finger if you want to move it off. It's like you dip in a jam. In it goes, Millie. Now this will make a beautiful savoury one. You were doing some grated cheese in this one as well. Nice little cheese souffle. There we go. In it goes. Pour that one in. There we go. Nearly there. Last bit, Millie.
Yeah, just scrape it all around the edges.
Okay, in we go. And that's good. Beautiful. All right. Wonderful, 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 wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay. Into our bowl.
Yeah.
And then into the oven. Is the oven all preheated still? There we go. Yes, it is. So we're ready to just get a tray to put that on. Just going to spoon that mixture in. Just there. There we go. There's the tray. Smooth that onto the top. And final round into the oven. Okay, 10 minutes again. All right, so that is your hour-and-a-half lesson. I hope, oops, there we go. So that is our hour-and-a-half lesson. I hope you enjoyed that one from Millie.
Hi, bye.
And me. We are going to say thank you very much. Stay safe. Take care. Hope you've enjoyed this video. It will be available to watch on YouTube again, so we'll make sure you can watch that one again. If you are watching on YouTube, thank you very much for joining us. Stay safe. Take care. All the best. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Bye.